What amazes me is how much the
So that's the Grenfell Tower, just behind you there, in front of us there. And this is the silent vigil. It will be a silent vigil to remember the 72 deaths on that day. And this is mainly people from the local community around where Grenfell is.
keep in mind that it takes I'd have to live with this joke.
How you doing, buddy? Right?
And a lot of people don't know how you. You're standing somewhere.
What we're going to do is we're going to organise meetings on park. So the library. I've talked to that 11, 12 days for Huston's event. Right, the one about Plaza, and just assuming they'll be compelled to turn up, because otherwise and they're parties, so they can always send something. So that's the aim. Tom, how you doing, alright?
New one, I think.
There is not. You can turn up the Palestinian flag. The other parties
This issue is kind of defining moment. Sarah,
in the morning, there's lots of people have big bright in the morning. Only a few loonies attached.
I get a few dimes as well. Scotland. I live in
We'll have quite a few in the Putney Library. So right
And are you in the is it the Workers' Party?
Yeah.
Have you been here last year? I didn't get here last year. Here last year. I was here the year before. I wasn't here last year.
How are you doing, Heiko?
Are you doing alright?
No, I'm not doing all right. Political. This is not a political flag then. I'm going to take this.
Well, you're political. You've been banging on about Israel since you come here.
I'm not wearing. If
I don't care what you're wearing. You've been talking about Israel.
Would I? Would I be allowed? No. I wouldn't. You know that. How's everything in the square
Bonkers
anyway?
sign.
No, very good, yeah.
Good. We had some Christians
Yeah,
here.
this is the video here.
That was a whole game. Just getting down the park. Been a little bit antagonistic, to be honest with you.
I just came to make a point with Tommy Robinson. I went on the march. He was
Oh, he's
brilliant.
He's horrible.
There were lots of Christian Jews. I like him.
She says she's not political. She's coming up, line up your badges and saying,
She's a Christian evangelist. No thanks. Still selling it though. Still doing the daily. They were the first daily in Britain to have colour.
oh, this one.
Yeah, first colour daily. Still only like 500 views. Still only 500 views. Apparently, Ed Loach was the farm. And then he got knocked at the door in the morning. He opens the door. Post it and goes, all right, one way down. The Red Graves was the stalwarts and the money. Also Gaddafi. I knew a guy who was quite high up, and he told me they got a contract to produce the Green Book and they undercut the Moroccans in order to get the contract, and then there were free workers, the young socialists who all worked for nothing basically.
I've been wondering where am I back then? I'm like, I wonder what that poster is.
Flick off the flicky. Not much going on around here.
And they've never been
I'm talking on camera. Yes, terrible.
How are you? I see you at this black woman in the train this morning and everything. Yeah, you're beautiful. That's sit down there, thinking in the dressing room.
There's a few people already. They think this is Palestinian, isn't it?
Well, they
And
have
if
their
you're not on
view.
their side, you should be here. Are you here just to photograph?
I'm filming, but I'm supporting. I support Palestine as well.
I love all people, but I think I have a right to stand the land. There she is.
Who? Oh,
Sister Ruth.
your other one. Your sister.
There's my sister.
Well, there you go.
Okay, yeah, cool. I kind of had a really good You all right? Everyone is good.
Yeah, it was, who was calling me? It was one of the Christians from Speaker's Corner.
Why don't you hold mommy's hand? Hold mommy's hand and then we can switch. Yeah?
In your case, at least it's half truths.
No, I want to be.
Again, it's Saturday
Shut down.
Alina! Oh, ja, podnoszę.
Just take you around to show you the building itself.
yellow. Stop justifying
Well,
his
it's
actions.
I forgot. June. I was on June 1st. Really? Yeah, and I'm 7 now. Yes, same. I'm 17. My cousin's birthday is old. We're 8. My cousin's birthday is in June. We're 8. I'm June 1st. We're 8 and my cousin is. We're 8 and it's like you.
They don't seem to be doing anything with the thing. I'm not sure what the exact plans are, supposedly, to be honest. All that was barbaric. Probably they should have left it as a shelter to remind people, rather than covering it all over.
That's easy. Miles, could you hold this? Here, hold this.
And of course, as usual, no one's been charged with anything, and the inquiries have turned up with nothing. I think it was 2015, wasn't it? Anyway, do a quick search on the internet. I think it was 2015 or 16.
Everybody's attention, please. We'll be starting the walk shortly. But before we do, we've got some bits from the Space Youth who will share a few words and some prayers before the walk starts. So if everyone can pay attention and give it to support all the others. Give a big round of applause, please.
Just leave in the middle. Big one on the
Grenfell is a sad tragedy and will always be one. It has joined us up as a community. As a 4-year-old, I only have a short memory of the fire, but it still has affected me and many others. Sadly, 72 lives were lost on June 14, 2017, and we'll always remember them forever in our hearts. This has made us a big, loving community, bringing us as one to remember the loss of the 72 lives on the 7th anniversary. Thinking ahead of us, we hope that this tragedy will pass down through many generations, and it is up to us to never forget. If we don't make a change, no one will. Us youths need to work together to help make a change and hope for justice. We hope for the best for this community Grenfell has made. We all need to speak up and express what we need to say. We have made many memorials, street benches and more. We are still waiting for one thing: justice and change. Thank you for listening.
Today, I want to delve into the fact that the Grenfell tragedy has been silently affecting the youth of the community. As an 8-year-old when the fire occurred, I, like many of us, did not fully grasp the magnitude of the situation. It was actually only last year that I learned the fire was a result of the construction company's negligence in implementing the cladding. This revelation sheds light on the lack of discourse surrounding this issue. The tragic loss of so many young children in the fire is a reminder of the devastating impact of negligence and indifference. Imagine going to the council for the safety of you and your family yet being ignored. Really and truly, everyone who knew about that cladding should be imprisoned for joint enterprise for the death of 72 innocent lives. It is with deep empathy and compassion that we mourn the lives lost and reflect on the profound pain and suffering experienced by their families and loved ones. But 72 lives that could still be here with us if it wasn't for the government's decision to prioritise cross-cutting over the safety and well-being of its people is ridiculous. It's a crucial injustice that cannot be ignored. And I really hope with all my heart that the government know they have blood on their hands, and everyone who knew about that cladding has blood on their hands. Because really, they should be locked up in cells, not out here ordering us on what to do and what we can and can't say. The consequences of their selfish choices have been catastrophic, resulting in a tragedy that could have been prevented. We must hold those responsible accountable for their actions, and we must demand justice for the innocent lives that have been lost. As young children impacted by this devastating event, it is disheartening to see our attempts to address and uncover the underlying problems being met with silence, resistance or censorship. This is simply unacceptable. Let us come together to amplify the voices of the youth, to ensure that our concerns are heard and addressed. It's time to break the silence and pave the way for meaningful change. Our community's future depends on the ability to confront and rectify the injustices of the past. Let us stand united in our search for truth, justice and accountability. We've been silenced for way too long, and now's the time to finally be able to speak up against the injustices. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Amira. Thank you all for being here. I personally wasn't brought up in this area, however, being here the past week and helping with this day, all I've seen is solidarity, unity, love and support between people of all different ages, races and religions. I feel a part of this community and felt taken in like I was here for years. I don't see this community as neighbours or friends. I see family, and it's the most warmest encounters I've experienced. We're all here to commemorate the 72 beautiful souls, and working with an amazing team, a lovely girl enlightened me with the fact that it doesn't matter how close or distant you were to the 72 lives, we're all humans and are affected by this tragedy. Everyone's experiences vary and do not invalidate yours, and I felt that. Unfortunately, justice hasn't been served, and it's appalling that 7 years on we haven't seen anyone held accountable for this tragedy. The youth of this generation will not keep quiet. will not be silent, will not give up fighting, and definitely will not take no for an answer. Try to silence us and we'll shout 10 times louder until something is done. It was honestly amazing to work with children even as young as 11 months old at the time of the fire and listen to their perspectives and how they were affected. The youth involved are a bunch of articulate, strong and passionate young people who are proof that the future will be brighter and led by the most intelligent, powerful and caring humans, which is what we need to make the world a better place. I want to thank all the organisations that got involved in making this day and the past events happen. Thank you to the space for giving me and all of us the opportunity to speak up when we thought we'd never get the opportunity to. I hope to continue being a part of this team for the years to come to help provide a safe space for everyone to commemorate the departed angels. Thank you to Samia, Jojo, Leo, Jana and everyone involved as you have been working impeccably hard, staying late nights to make this day run smoothly for us all. I know it's hard for a lot of you standing here today. However, every one of you count towards change. Those with the authority to provide to those affected and the authority to enforce more preventive measures have failed to do so. So if it takes us to create change, or our children, or our grandchildren, or generations to come, we will enforce that one day. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. Thank you for listening.
Every day when I look up at the tower, I go back to being 8 years old and seeing the flames, hearing the screams and feeling the utter fear and terror on the 14th of June 2017. However, regardless of my feelings, I was always taught to remain calm, reserved, silent. But why should I be silent when now 7 years on, all I feel is pain, anger and rage? Unfortunately, that so-called peace is no longer an option. It's not fair. It's not fair that as a community we had to suffer the results of selfishness, despotism, because the Grenfell Tower fire was not a mistake. As a community, we unanimously fulfilled our duties to look out for one another. It was the higher-ups, the RBKC Council, the government, Arconic, Ryden, Celetex, who failed to fulfill their duties to look out for us, their duties to look out for their residents. The same residents that sent countless complaints and warnings to the council, highlighting multiple security risks affecting the integrity and safety of the Grenfell Tower block. However, all warnings fell on deaf ears. The government have failed us. They failed us the same way they're currently failing our brothers and sisters in Gaza, who are in a continuous fight to prove that they have a right to live without constant besiegement and threat. And dear Arconic, once again, it seems like you murdering innocent lives is becoming a pattern, consciously supplying flammable cladding for Grenfell Tower, but also materials for Israeli fighter jets. When does it end? So on that note, free Palestine from their oppressors. But also free our governments and leaders from the shackles of tyranny and hubris. But it's time to shackle some people's wrists, because 7 years of fighting for justice and not a single arrest has been made. Not a single arrest for such a large-scale homicide, assassination. And our fight for justice is not over until we receive it. Justice for the 72 beautiful souls of Grenfell Tower. Justice for our 72 angels who should still be here with us today. Justice for the 18 children who had such bright futures ahead of them and will sadly never get to see them through. However, I put my full trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He is protecting them and allowing them all to explore and play in the gardens of heaven. I put my full trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has rewarded them with the happiness, peace and equalities that they couldn't find in this world, because He is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the most merciful and bestower of mercy. He is As-Salam, the giver of peace. He is Al-Wadud, the most loving, and He is Al-Adil, the one who always delivers absolute justice. I thank each and every one of you in this community who've come together from the night of the fire to now to support one another through our shared hurt and trauma, and I pray that one day we all receive the closure and ultimate justice that we deserve. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name's Yusra. I wrote this poem because I felt as a young person when the fire happened that we weren't heard. We were silenced and it was all about the adults, so yeah. Follow the adults on the silent walk. You must stay silent, make sure you don't talk. You mustn't speak, little girls and boys. You went through trauma but make no noise. Little children should be seen, they should not be heard. A child having opinions is simply absurd. We are the adults and we know what's best, so come to the silent march and don't you dare protest. We do children a favour when we take away their voice. We allow them to feel happy, allow them to rejoice. Because of course little children know nothing about death. Their understanding is so shallow, their brains lack real depth. Yes, they saw their friends die, but do they really know what occurred? Only the adults understand what happened. We're the true connoisseurs. They don't know what happened, they don't really understand, so we make little children follow us blindly at every command. Like when Downing Street had a party and we'd just been invited, we were sure these little children would be oh so delighted. Now we know there was a fire which these people ignited, but little children must be kind since they have not yet been indicted. Because little children must be kind with whomever they speak. For to get what you want is to keep someone sweet, and to keep someone sweet is to forget all your quarrels. To keep these people sweet is to neglect all your morals, and I won't. I will not shake hands with the devil, nor will I become him. I won't be tempted by the devil, and I won't ever hug him. For I believe in justice in this life. For I believe in justice in this life, where people aren't passive and fight with words, not knives. For I believe in a justice beyond this life that is granted by the creator of the heavens and skies. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defines to humans what being just is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that we must be bearers of justice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that we must neglect injustice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us justice. I have concluded that I won't be silent. I have concluded that nobody but the devil should be silenced. I'm talking about RBKC, Celotex and Ryden. I'm talking about every member of... I'm talking about RBKC, Celotex and Ryden. I'm talking about every member of parliament that turned out to be a tyrant. This isn't a poem about the silent walk. They weren't the ones who made us silent and told us not to talk. We weren't allowed to speak as little girls and boys. But now we're older and we're making some noise.
Can we get another big round of applause for all the brave speakers, please? It's very, very powerful words, and I must say very well spoken by all of you. Well done, congratulations. So for those responsible, I want the words to echo, hearing from the future generations that will take over these fights and these battles. This won't stay silent forever. There are going to be days for protests to come, and I'm sure the youth will lead us all in a way of loud, meaningful protests. Today we walk in silence to honour the 72 lives that are no longer here, and offer comfort to the bereaved, the survivors, and the community who have been left behind to deal with all of the issues that have unfolded from 7 years ago today. So the silent walk is about to begin. It's quite busy down this. I can ask everyone to start walking up this way a little bit, please. And if we can all just move down.
Do an interview with you then.
Huh?
Do an interview with you then.
Yeah, Lynn's here as well.
Okay.
She's just somewhere around here. I don't know where she is. There she is. Look who's with us.
Ah, there you are. How are you, mate?
Yeah. Just to see a few people.
So you're the candidate for the Workers' Party in Westminster, I take it?
Yeah, but not going to be very much longer because I've got too much to do with running the whole candidacy.
You're organising this campaign as a whole, yeah.
If we can all turn and face the stage this way, the march will be walking up towards Ladbroke Grove via this way. We just wanted to make sure that the starting point was clear for everyone and the bereaved and survivors to hold their banner at the front. So thank you all for moving.
We have to stay silent. Any live broadcast?
Yeah.
Which,
Not many.
Huh?
26 people.
What you were doing it on?
Subject access.
Okay.
spare stickers? You got spares?
No, this has been printed on. Sorry.
You only got one.
I've exhausted everything to do on the campaigning.
The guys who are watching this.
Have you got your own music or national? Where do you stand?
I'm sending for Hendon.
Okay, I'm in Putney.
Nice to meet you. I'm going to give you this one leaflet.
You want to get leaflets? No, I've got mine on me either.
But this is not the main one, though. It just gives you more information about me.
Everyone by the front, will you please make sure you're set behind the banner, including everyone on the pavements on the side. Please either come into the middle of the road
Very powerful, this side, I swear to you.
or stand behind the banner, please.
I was in South Africa when this happened. I was staying in South Africa at the time, and I saw it on the news.
Yeah, the whole world's watching. My dad called me from Malaysia, yeah.
Before we start, I just want to say thank you everyone for making the time to come down today. The silent walk will shortly begin in the next minute. Thank you again for your support.
Where's the justice? This is what people are fighting for. This is the issue of local councils. If this was a rich people's estate, it would have been sold by now. Isn't it?
I went round from one place to another around here afterwards. And they were very reluctant to do anything as well, all the council.
And it's difficult to talk to people and to get a video because they don't know how well they're doing this.
Yeah, great.
This is something the Workers' Party has to take as one of the objectives. Get justice for 7 years. But a lot of that comparison between Palestine and brilliant Israel. Did you capture it? Can you send me that? I'll give you my number, please send it. Give me your number. I'll give you a missed call.
Don't give me a missed call now because I'm on the
shit.
machine.
What's your number?
Take it down. 07722 523 3629.
Again,
629.
629. Thank you very much. First time you saw it? Promise you there's a lot. More support than ours. Okay. First, I'm going to the nodes where the majority of the people are from my community. That's the next thing is the Sikh temples. Because to go door to door is waste of time. Yeah, I'd rather go to the nodes at the station is better. Because your customers are coming to you all over. Of course, you have to get your one.
What I'm doing is, so because you're going from the rooms for free, we let the conference out, and that's the same room as all the rooms are available.
I'll speak to your heart anyway.
Yeah. So I'm going to paying 12 people.
Oh, fantastic. For me? I'm going one on 27. Okay. We will talk. Yeah. I'm looking for Raj. With Raj, you know?
Hey, I interviewed Matt Rack earlier on.
Oh yeah.
He's here somewhere.
I know him from way back.
Huh?
I know him from way back.
Oh, yeah.
Street mic in the room.
Oh, have you done this walk before?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
How you doing, Rob?
How you doing?
Okay, I think I'll call it halt there. Basically, it's a silent march, marches around. There will be gathering at the end, and there will be speeches at the end, but we've got a sense of the atmosphere. The event last year, I think, or the year before, for Summit. So anyway, we have these meetings, as I said, coming up soon, which we're hoping to live stream and draw in the different political parties, so that should be a bit more fascinating for those who are interested in the cut and thrust of argument and debate. I'll be launching this series of debates tomorrow, and I'll be streaming from Putney sometime in the early afternoon to tell the story about the campaign over there. Alright, for now, see you later.